Welcome to Pillow Talks with Victor, where love lingers in words. Tonight's story is about two people who once promised forever, lost their way, and then, somehow, found their hearts again. This is When We Found Each Other Again. They say marriages don't end with anger, they end with silence, and that's how it was for Nate and Sarah. They had built a life together, the kind filled with small routines, coffee in the morning, good-night texts even when angry, her favorite song playing in his car. But somewhere between bills and deadlines, love became a background sound, still playing but too faint to hear. And one day she packed a small suitcase and left. No shouting, no drama. Just a note on the kitchen counter that read, "Maybe we'll find each other again when we remember why we began." Years passed. He worked longer hours. She moved to a new city, started over, learned to live without him. But every now and then she'd still look for his name when her phone lit up, and he still kept her contacts saved. My always. Fate has a strange sense of timing. It was at a wedding, her cousin's of all places, where they met again. She turned, and there he was, older, quieter, holding the same awkward smile she fell for the first time. Neither spoke for a moment. The music, the laughter, the lights, it all faded into a stillness between them. He finally said softly, "You still steal the air out of every room." She laughed, that same laugh that used to light up his mornings. They talked that night, about nothing and everything. About where they'd been, what they'd learned, and how time had taught them more about love than they ever knew before. And when the night ended, he walked her to her car. Just before she got in, she said, "You know, I never stopped wanting to come home. I just forgot where it was." He took her hand, fingers trembling slightly, and whispered, "Then maybe it's time we find it again." The next morning, they met for coffee. Not as husband and wife, not yet. Just as two people rediscovering something fragile, familiar, and beautiful. It wasn't the kind of love that comes rushing in. It was the kind that walks back quietly, sits down and says, "I never really left." If you've ever lost someone you loved, only to find them again when the world had changed, you'll understand this story, because some loves don't end, they pause. And when they begin again, they sound like forgiveness. This was When We Found Each Other Again.